Welcome to Arifureta.
Let's up those numbers!
The show starts with Kirito version 37 here getting isekai into another world as per. As he was stuck in this labyrinth, he saw this rabbit devouring these wolves, and it gets devoured by this meerkat-bear hybrid monster which is a furry's wet dream. The monster saw him and cuts his gooning arm.
I can't fap! I can't fap! I can't fap!
He starts running away by spamming his skill and narrowly avoids death. He saw this magic mana crystal and the scene transitioned to his flashback, being a noob adventurer getting isekai'd into this world, where he studied how the magic of this world works. Then one day they raided this dungeon, where healer Minj here is concerned because he's a noob. This retard adventurer got jealous and tried to grab this magic mana crystal to flex on these bitches. But it was a trap all along where they got sent into the 60th floor or something, and the Minj healer was down.
I've fallen.
But Kirito variant 37 saved her because he ain't no pussy, and he was like, "Go General Mod, get the fuck out of here because I still have a tier 3 sub with her. Don't worry chatter, I'll make sure her community knows your existence." He bought them some time to escape and they also prepared to help him escape. But a random magic spell sent him deeper into the labyrinth, and he realized that it was the retarded adventurer who tried to kill him because he's jealous. As life flashed before his eyes, he gets possessed by the ghost of Japanese Shia LaBeouf, where he'll never give up and starts eating the monsters just to survive. His hair suddenly turned white and he became an emo just like the vocalist of My Chemical Romance.
When I was a young boy.
He noticed that he leveled up and gained the skills of the monsters he ate. Then he made this revolver because he's an American patriot. As he makes his way out, he finally gets revenge on the meerkat-bear monster hybrid. He promised to himself that he'll get out and survive no matter what happens. And we get a shot of this lolly being crucified as we transition to the next episode, where emo Kirito keeps going down the dungeon and leveling up fast as fuck like Sung Jin-woo. Then we cut to his noob party where they reported back to the king about the dungeon incident, and they declared emo Kirito as KIA or killed in action. And we see the healer Minj waking up disappointed as she learned that she couldn't save emo Kirito.
Disappointed!
Meanwhile, emo Kirito is on the 50th floor, where he killed the Cyclops guards guarding this door. As he opened it, he saw the Allspark from the Transformers movie where it asked for help.
Help me!
And it reveals the lolly that was foreshadowed in episode 1, and she says,
Oh my god, stop bro, I'm stuck. Can you help me?
"No way, Jose. I'm not even helping someone who's stuck in a washing machine, let alone who's someone stuck in an Allspark. Because if I help you, we already know what's going to happen next." Wink wink. And sorry, I'm not a fan of incest because I wasn't born in Alabama. Look, I didn't get myself to be stuck here on purpose. My party betrayed me and now I look like a stepsister in a Brazzers video. He approached her because she said the word betrayed and asked, "Why the fuck are you even here to begin with?" "I was healed here by some royal cunts because they think I'm too dangerous. Just because I have healing powers like Wolverine and I can manipulate mana." He decided to help her because they're in the same boat of being betrayed, and he also can't resist her puppy dog eyes. After he breaks the Allspark, they exchange pleasantries, where the lolly asked him to give her a name because she wants to forget her past. He called her Yue because he watched Rush Hour 3 and loved that Chris Tucker joke.
Who are you?
You.
No, not me, you.
Yes, I am you.
Are you deaf?
No, you is blind.
Hey, speaking of Chris Tucker, did you know he was on the Epstein files? That means he's probably a nonce. And that's right, everyone who is in the Epstein files, including Donald Trump, Stephen Hawking, Lawrence Stroll, and Michael Jackson. Okay, maybe Michael Jackson was already a nonce before the Epstein files. Anyway, these celebrities are all allegedly a nonce, where they dance around a satanic summoning circle, wearing goat heads and throwing kids off a pit of fire in the middle of an island. Okay, enough Epstein files tangent. She thanked him for giving her a new name, but they got suddenly ambushed as this episode ends. The scorpion rock monster appeared because it doesn't want the lolly to leave. Emo Kirito struggled on fighting it, and Lolly Asuna drinks some of his blood because she's actually a vampire, so that she can use her spirit bomb skill, and the pair takes down the monster, where he shoots it in the head ice style.
Wow, that's illegal.
The pair sets up a camp where he was like, "You lived here for hundreds of years, right? Do you know where the fuck are we? And who the fuck built this dungeon?" Pfft. No idea, but I think it was the Dallas Mavericks who built this, because they once had a terrorist GM called Osama bin Nico Harrison, and he rebelled against their fan base by trading away their generational superstar Luka Doncic for a crippled player in Anthony Davis. And he used this dungeon as a hideout because he's the most wanted man in the NBA, kinda like Osama bin Laden. They keep moving down the dungeon and the lolly gets curious about his past, where he tells it along the way and she got sad after hearing it. We cut to the gay-ass adventurers preparing for another dungeon raid raid, and this time they'll make sure to prevent casualties and get this mission done. On the other hand, the pair face these T-Rex monsters, being controlled by this Rosalia the Pokemon,
Smash.
where he easily shoots it down. They kept moving on where they finally reached the 100th floor, and they saw this huge gate and prepared for the next battle in the next episode. They entered the final room and this final boss Hydra spawns. The pair fights it, but even the Hydra head has a role, where it has a healer, a tank, an attacker, a mage, you know, your basic MMORPG classes. Then the loli got hypnotized where Emo Kirito is leaving her for Asuna, but he made her snap out of it by mouth sexing her, and says they're getting out of here together as partners. And with their synergy, they beat the Hydra, where he shoots it down with his 50 cal sniper that can shoot Kamehameha, but apparently the Hydra has a phase 2 and it shoots a hyper beam. Emo Kirito tanks the damage to save the loli and he dies. The loli gets sad and she tries to avenge him. Then some more dramatic stuff happens where the loli almost died. But psych! Emo Kirito is still alive and they bring down the Hydra together as partners. Hooray. Well, I have a problem with this scene. Like, look at this shit. The Hydra is shooting its beams at them like a machine gun. And look at these retards. They just stand there like they don't care. They really put a stormtrooper aiming nerf on the Hydra. Whatever, let's move on. The pair clears the dungeon where they blacked out. And we cut to the castle, where this teacher is begging the King Pope here to withdraw the students out of the dungeon, but he doesn't want her to interfere with his plans because this is a war that God wants. And we see the noob students in the dungeon where they're heading closely towards Emo Kirito's burial site. We cut back to the pair waking up in the Dallas Mavericks hideout after Loli Asuna healed Emo Kirito using his potions and magic. They explored this building where he stepped onto this magic circle and activated the secret recording message from Nico Harrison, where he tells the pair why he built this hideout, and it's because he's a retarded GM that traded Luka Doncic for a crippled Anthony Davis. Meanwhile, we see the noobs moving forward until they ended up in the floor where Emo Kirito died. They faced the monsters again where they fought it with their coordinative attacks. Gay Boy Hero used his limit breaker move to finish off the monster, and this time they win. We cut back to the pair where Nico Harrison says, "Thanks for listening to my message. Here, I'll give you this power of mine because I can see the vision of the Dallas Mavericks with a crippled Anthony Davis. And always remember, defense wins championships," which is the dumbest strategy in today's NBA, and now it's been a year since that goddamn disgusting trade, and I still haven't got over it. Thanks Osama bin Nico Harrison for ruining my enjoyment of watching NBA games. I hope the excuse me. I hope the Ice Feds deport you out of the country. And I'm sorry for that whole Dallas Mavericks rant because I'm just a die-hard Mavs fan and Dirk Nowitzki has always been my GOAT because he's the one who inspired me to play ball. You know, not balls, not in the gay way. You know what I mean. Okay, moving on. Emo Kirito learned about the secrets of this world where there are no gods and the earth isn't flat, and he learned this new ancient magic which lets him create rare artifacts. By combining it with his transmutation magic, he can create special material to craft new items. The pair read some books because that's what Kaizenat is doing now after quitting streaming.
He was getting fined for wearing shoes that weren't regulation, red or whatever.
And they learned that they can learn new skills, spells, and other things by clearing the other dungeons. Then we skip this ecchi loli fan service because I'm not a PDD fan, and we see this montage where he built some cars, guns, and a new gooning arm by using his ancient magic. As they were about to head out onto the surface, he says, "Listen, people on the surface might think I'm a pedophile for hanging out with a loli like you because they think I'm dead and was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein on his island. They might send the Holy Church, the Knights, or the Feds to us. It's basically us against the world, but I'm gonna tell them that it's okay to love a loli because you're a 1,000-year-old vampire." And they eat it out. As they resurface, this bunny girl asked them to help her save her family. Then this twin-head T-Rex showed up and he easily killed it JFK style. The bunny begs the pair because her bunny race is in the blink of extinction, and she knows they're gonna appear here because she can manipulate mana, and she has a foresight power which predicts the future. She also knows that they're going to the sacred tree, and if they help her, she'll be their tour guide. The pair agreed and we cut to her village getting attacked by some pterodactyls.
Pterodactyls! Yes! Go! Go! Yeah!
And Emo Kirito easily shoots them down while driving his Akira bike. The villagers thanked them and Bunny Girl told the pair a secret, that they were exiled by the Beastman tribe because she was born with weird powers, and now they're struggling to survive because they don't have a permanent home. The next morning comes where the pair trains them how to fight, so that they can easily defend themselves from the Ice Feds. Loli Asuna trains the Bunny Girl 1v1, where she noticed that she specialized in strength and agility. As the training ends, Bunny Girl finally decides to join the pair in their journey because she's an outcast in their village anyways and she wants his dick. They finally head to the world tree and use this ring to uncover another secret message, and it says that they must clear the other dungeons and get the other ancient powers so that the isekai gate will open again. The next day comes and Bunny Girl tag along to their journey. Then we cut to the next episode where they explore this new dungeon, and the dungeon's boss keeps talking to them in order to misdirect them, but eventually they find the last room and encounter this lolly voiced boss in this Hawkbuster armor, and she asks, "Before we fight, what's your purpose in obtaining the ancient powers in this dungeon? Bitch, I just wanna go home. I give zero fucks on what's going to happen in this world. Your god summoned me here and I almost died, but too bad, I'm a Sigma male and I know how to motivate myself in times of depression. Lol. What kind of final boss who asks their opponents on what they're gonna do with the powers once they obtain them? I mean, of course they're gonna use it for their own selfish reasons. I mean, isn't that basic common sense? Moving on, nobody cares. The fight begins where through teamwork they manage to take down the Hawkbuster by destroying its magic crystal core. Then they got transported into this room where the real boss shows up, and it's a shy guy from Super Mario Bros. She gave them this ring and blessed them with the ancient power and says that Loli Asuna is the only one who's capable of using it besides him. They extort her for more treasures and she flushed them down out of the dungeon. The next day comes and they were summoned to the guild house, and this guild master asked them to save an important person, and he'll do anything in his power to back them up as a member of this guild if they ever get in trouble with other guilds. And Imo Kirito accepted his request. They head to this remote village in the mountains where he meets up with his former teacher. Hi! And she thought that he died in the last dungeon raid. She then asked him some questions like, "What the hell happened to you?" "I worked hard." "What happened to your eye and your gooning arm?" "I worked hard." "Did your dick got bigger?" "Because I worked hard." And this simp knight here interrupted their lunch because he's being disrespectful towards the teacher. He proceeds to be racist towards the bunny girl, and he was about to threaten the loli using his sword.
Oh yeah? I have a sword too, don't forget it.
I'll take that. I'll take it.
What?
The sword.
What do you mean you'll take it? You can't take it, I'll fight you with it.
No, I won't take it. I will eat it.
No, not his dick, but his actual sword. But Imo Kirito shoots him John Lennon style. After eating, he tells her to never associate herself with him because he has his own mission to finish, and he'll kill them if they ever get in his way.
I am the danger. I am the one who knocks.
Night comes where he sneaks into the teacher's room where she shouted rape. The pair talked because Imo Kirito knew that she'd already calmed down at this moment. He told her about the past of this world on what he learned after clearing the dungeon, where the Romans once used to rule the Mediterranean led by Julius Caesar, and in the 1930s to 40s the Second World War began, led by the Nazi Germany leader Adolf Hitler, who killed 6 million Jews. And then in the 1960s the Cold War between the USA and the Soviet Union began, where the US won in the space race, and Neil Armstrong became the first man who stepped on the moon. After talking, he told her it's her decision to make, whether to join his party or not, because by the end of the day he's going back home to Earth. And he also told her that someone hit him with a spell, that's why he fell into the dungeon, and she needs to tell that priestess bitch to be careful. We cut to the next morning where the noobs see the gang because they want to tag along, and Teacher Ho wants to learn more about how he became an emo. Then he bought out his Hummer truck and they started heading to their quest. That must be the worst kind of vehicle to use in this world. Imagine the fuel consumption on that bad boy. Even a Shell fuel save diesel can't stop that car from consuming more fuel. And how does that car even run in this world where there's no gas stations to refuel? Or maybe it runs in magic, or it's an electric car. Whatever, let's move on. They arrived at their destination where he used some drones to scout the area, and they found some burnt equipment and this huge crater.
That's quite big.
They kept moving forward and saw this huge waterfall where Loli Asuna splits the water in half Moses style, and they found the gay boy missing person they're searching for. He told them that a black dragon suddenly attacked them, where it mugged them and killed his companions. Kinda like that retarded criminal who murdered Irina Zarutska. Rest in peace, Irina. And he's now traumatized to face black people again. But Imo Kirito gave him some words of wisdom to keep on living for the sake of the people who saved him. They get out of the cave and the criminal black dragon finally shows up to mug them again. Then through teamwork as per, they managed to arrest the black dragon. He pegged the dragon's ass to kill it, but it starts moaning because it's a woman. They interrogate her and she told them the truth, that she was brainwashed by a mysterious man and manipulated her to kill the gay boy and his troops. Loli Asuna confirmed that she isn't lying because dragons never tell lies, and she begs the gang to help her prevent a catastrophe because that mysterious man is gathering some troops to destroy this world, and she wants to atone for her sins before they punish her. Imo Kirito was about to peg her deep, but Loli Asuna convinced him to spare her life because she was just being brainwashed. The dragon's Noob's mana depleted out and she transforms back into her human form.
Oh, that's hot.
She told them that it might take a day to recover her mana and they need to warn the village ASAP. Emo Kirito was having none of it because his mission is to rescue the gay boy. The teacher convinced him to help, and with his kind heart he cooperates with the masochist dragon lady. The next day comes where the teacher convinces him to help them once again and do it for the villagers' sake. He decides to help them and we see this montage where they prepare for the upcoming invasion.
We're gonna build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice.
And they evacuated the women and kids to the other side of the lake. After building the wall, Hot Dragon Lady told him that she'll join their team because she never had a man who can raw dog her every night up until this day.
To this day! To this day! To this day!
Then we jump again to the day of the war, where he made a motivational speech towards the villagers and says, "I am here as that bitch's sword, and today is the day we will stand against these monsters and win our freedom. On this day, the 4th of July, we will achieve our Independence Day." You stole that quote from Will Smith's movie. Shut the fuck up, Kent. The fight begins where they did the tower defense strategy, by slowly shooting down the monsters to prevent them from entering the village. Their mana and ammo starts running out, until they successfully capture the mysterious culprit who controls them. He brought the culprit back to the gang and retard teacher noticed that it's one of her students. She asked him why would he do this.
Don't do this! No, fuck you! I would do this! You don't have to do this! Fuck you! I would do this!
And he replied, "Bitch, I'm your greatest simp and you wouldn't notice me. Like how Mike from PA simps for that bitch.
I'm getting your attention.
And now I'm gonna make sure to ban all the sims in your chat so that you'll only notice me." She told him some words of wisdom by saying to donate more to her streams so that she can do a bathtub streams in the future and she forgives him. But he held her as a hostage because he already gooned too much onto her. He tells Emo Kirito to surrender all of his weapons so that he'll spare her life. But it was just a diversion to shoot him down and the poison needle hits the teacher. But he cured her by using his holy water potion come by mouth sexing her as per. And we see this scene of the teacher being the most retarded character in this anime. This fucking retarded pea-brained mongoloid mouth breather spastic pillow biting cunt. Why the fuck would you help someone who literally just tried to kill you? Women, you just can't understand them. And that's probably the reason why I'll be single forever and die alone. Or maybe I'll just marry an Hatsune Miku AI hologram like that Japanese dude. Anyway, the twat begs for his life but Emo Kirito knows he's lying and shoots him down. Finally, an isekai character who has the balls to kill the people who are in the wrong. And the gang heads back to the city so that they can complete their escort mission. They reunite the gay couple again and Emo Kirito asks for another adventurer plate to register Dragon Lady as one of their members. As they head into their room, Emo Kirito spotted the suspicious people doing illegal things. We cut to the next morning where he goes on a date with Bunny Girl as a promise for being a useful bitch. He talks to Nemo here and vents out his past. He helped Nemo escape so that he can go back to his dad and Nemo says, "Thanks for saving me because I don't need to wait for my dad to save my ass." Oh, and a word of advice, be careful on these parts. Because I saw a lolly mermaid getting captured to be sold as a slave. As their date continued, he noticed a presence in the sewers. And he found the lolly mermaid Nemo was talking about. They get her out of there and treat her to some food and new clothes. Then they give her back to the authorities to send her to an orphanage. As they walked away, the police station exploded and the pair rushed to the crime scene, where the slave traders took back the lolly and they want him to bring the bunny girl along with them if he doesn't want the lolly to die. The gang regrouped to search for the lolly mermaid, where they destroy each hideout of the slave traders to free the other kids. And we cut to Emo Kirito where he finally found the lolly being harassed by Jeffrey Epstein here.
Could you please give us your name? Jeffrey Epstein.
And he killed him so that people will know the news that Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. They regrouped and welcomed the little mermaid into their group, and she starts calling him Papa because she doesn't have one. Let me guess, her dad brought some milk and never came back. Alright, I gotta stop these baby mama jokes. The gang heads to this city because a guild requested their assistance. Then this hentai protagonist barges into their meeting and learns that Emo Kirito is still alive.
Ah! So you come crawling back, you cheap sack of shit.
He begs him to help the noobs because they got captured by a demon, and he knows he's strong enough because he managed to clear the dungeon. Then we cut to this flashback of the noobs reaching the 90th floor, and they got twatted by this hot demon lady and her CGI monsters. This noob healer gets petrified after getting penetrated by a tentacle monster. Then hot big tit swordswoman here told the hentai protagonist to request for backup, and General Twitch mod here holds the monsters down as hentai protagonist used the teleporter to yeet out. The noobs retreated and they saw General Twitch mod getting fingered by the hot demon demon lady. And White Knight Noob used his limit breaker skill, where he almost killed the demon but he pulls it out because he learned that she has a family, and he got smacked around like a sack of cement. What is this retard hesitating for? I mean, what an idiot. But to be fair, if I was in his situation, I would hesitate too, you know, because of those massive jugs. Okay, let's move on. We cut back to the hentai protagonist begging hard to help him, where the little mermaid used her puppy dog eyes to convince him. Then we cut back to the news where the Lebanese minge were about to get penetrated, but emo Kirito used his big thick rod to save the pair just in time as per. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore the time logic in this anime to move the plot further. Fuck, I don't care, it's the last episode. The fight starts where emo Kirito showed his John Wick hitman skills, and the gang also displayed their skills to see how strong they are. Emo Kirito cornered the hot demon and interrogated her to tell him how did she summon all of those CGI monsters, but she didn't tell shit and says that her sugar daddy will come to avenge her. Then he shoots her in the head Tupac style.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
As they head back, the gay boy hero got mad at him for not showing mercy at the hot demon lady, which is reasonable, but emo Kirito replied, "Listen here, you fucking noob. I'm trying to be the greatest gamer in the world, so if you stand in my way, I won't hesitate to make a friendly fire. And the reason I came here, it's because I owed that hot healer my life." They reached the top and hot healer confessed that her minji sweat just for emo Kirito, and she wants to join their party, but he can't accept her feelings because he's a lolicon.
Oh, hell no!
But the loli welcomed this challenge so that she can prove that she's the only one who can satisfy him the most. Then everything becomes fine and dandy as the gang heads to the next dungeon, and that's the end of the anime. This anime gets a Keanu Reeves out of a Lawrence Fishburne.
Somebody, please